A few days ago, I was making a video about the teams that I wanted to create and the kind of spaces that I wanted to create, spaces of healing and music, playing, children's culture, villaging, and I had it wasn't a realization, but it was this next layer of my pain about creating these things and then these things not realizing, and it was this pain saying there is no village. There is no village. The village where that is needed for these games and these spaces and these teams that are needed for them to happen, the village is not there yet. And what currently is a desire for a village. There is people who want village. There is other people around in my circle who want a village. Me wanting a village, and the kind of village that is needed for these spaces to exist is not there yet. The current village that we have in this world, in this part of the world, is based around money. It's sort of like it all surrounds around money, which makes it so that it inherits the values from a different culture that is not the culture of the village where these extraordinary spaces can unfold and can happen. So the context is missing. The context is not a fertile place where these ideas and these seeds can emerge. So I've said this before, context is to humans what the soil is to the plants, or the soil is to the plants what the context is for human beings. So if the context is not fertile, it doesn't have the necessary ingredients or acidity or quality to it, then the things that want to be planted there won't work. It won't emerge. So then I've been trying to create all of these different things, like teamwork, teams about music bands, and even culture caravan, which was a nomadic tribe of people traveling together and creating nature school, art, theater, music, nature immersions, and it has all been getting it to some point and then collapsing, getting it to some point and then collapsing. And I'm talking about not just the idea, but the people inside that were working together on this. The team collapses onto itself, and then there is no more team. So then I'm making this video to land this distinction that was so like sparking for me. There is no village. Forget about creating any of these things. Like for you who are listening to this, you probably have ideas and things that you want to create into this world that are needed, that are in alignment with life, that are your purpose in life coming to manifesting, to creating a change in the world, to creating the next evolution of humans living on planet Earth. And that could be from creating community living, growing food sustainably, regenerating the soil. It could be teams of protecting the planet, protecting the old growth that is happening, that like from being cut off. It could be creating teams of healing, or spaces of healing, or spaces where human consciousness can land, grow, and evolve. It can be like, yeah, all these revolutionary ideas that will take human living to the next level, or like the human living to being more in harmony with life, more in a thriving way with life. So where there is a life happening, there is love happening. And right now the potential of the human being is so small in some parts. Like on the mind level, it's massive. The potential of the human being right now is, in some ways, is pretty big. Like we created rocket ships and AI and technology that can like do so much, and we have technology that can take us from here to there so fast, and that can create books and write things. So on the mind level, the evolution, in some extent, is big. And the part that was missing today, I was having I had a conversation today with someone who I've been talking about villaging and about creating the village and community, and the conversation went something like, oh yeah, then we have to get the prices of like how much is this, then the regulation codes for if there is any houses that need to be according to the code, and then the septic systems needs to be remodeled and recreated, and then we need to see how much this part is gonna be, and it just seemed like there where it was um, like an insane amount of work. Like it already, before there was a heart in there, before there was a this heart, this thing of like I would love to do something. um, this is what my heart is saying, this is what I'm a yes to. There was this a to-do list, and so I suspect that so many communities start like that, that there is an original heart, a real necessity from the heart. It's like, I am a guardian of the earth, and I want to create a community right here and protect this piece of land. In the case of this land, is they want to protect the land, and they want to grow food to feed the community, organic food. So there is that heart, and then the next step after that is this massive to-do list that usually falls onto one individual or a few individuals, with already at the beginning of the process will be this kind of like exhaustion, or yeah, exhaustion of resources. Like there is just like so many resources to give, and it's just the way of starting. It's already a losing game, and the way you start everything, it's important. The way that you start something is the way that it's gonna keep going, likely, unless it's gonna unless it dies and then restarts over. There's always a start over, and usually the way that you start something is usually the way that things will continue. So as I was having this conversation, I brought this question to the person that I was talking with, asking like, okay, what are you a yes to right now? What is your yes to, that is not this massive to-do list and a massive I have to do this, I have to do that, and he wasn't turned on to do all of that stuff. It's like he needed to get paid, or he needed somebody else's permission or agreement for him to do that. And I said, like, what are you a yes to? It might not be buying the farm, getting a group of people to work together, agreeing on a decision-making platform, getting the money together, making this massive proposal. It might be something more simple. It might be something like, I care about this land. I care about the people that are around me who want to build a village. I care for love happening in the things that I'm creating. I care for people who care. I care for being around people who give a shit. These can be like these smaller steps that are more from your heart, that are the village. That you are the village. There is no village, and I am the village. The village starts with you, with the stand that you take. And right now, this is my pain point is, okay, there is no village. I have a few possibilities now. Now that I have the reality, before I was operating from the concept that there is a village, or there is a tribe, like I would call it a tribe, and the people that I was relating with and teaming with and attracting, we were on the same page, and somehow we had a context that was fertile enough for these ideas to unfold. And the result is that wasn't the case. The seeds were planted, things start to emerge and fall. There is no fruits. I mean, there is a fruit of the learning. Okay, this is what happened, but there is no the unfolding of the idea into a game world, into something that's regenerative and thriving and going, which is the seed. So then I stop operating from that idea that we already have a village, and I'm saying like we don't have a village. I don't have a village. The village does not exist. And if you think it exists, it's a fantasy, because we haven't done the hard work of creating it. We haven't done the work, and when I say we, is me and the people who I am collaborating with. I have been doing this work with my partner, and together we have our family's culture, which is, and then around our family's culture, we have a nature program that runs once a week, and other families are attracted to this space, and we kind of have this villaging space once a week, and then it's been happening more than once a week now. So this a kind of like village happening around our family's culture, and it's also not just limited to our family. Now it's these other families. So with these other families, I haven't been doing the work of creating the village. I've been trying and landing some things, and still there I have some incapacities, or um, I'm lacking skill to be with people. So this is where it's at next. What does it need? What is the context that is needed for the village to emerge? And this is the part where this is where it comes down to, okay, I need to start learning how to feel more, not just in the term of intensity, but how do I feel more connected? How do I feel? How can I learn how to feel more angry without getting triggered and getting to this place where I get in the swamp, that I go and retreat and contract, or collapse? How do I allow myself to feel more sadness and not collapse? How do I allow myself to feel scared in front of others and not collapse? So this is the foundation of having this village that has the nutrients of life. Is this raw material of life that is made out of your impulses, every impulse at every moment. And how do you work with it? Like, what is the context that works with those impulses, starting with your feelings. And in our village, in our family's culture, we navigate with 4 feelings: anger, sadness, fear, and joy. And then we start with that. What are you feeling right now? And that is at the foundational level. There is no idealistic conceptualizing, um, kind of like making plans uh, without touching in on this foundational layer of your feelings. And what are you feeling? Then from the feelings, the feelings is the navigation of the heart space. And like, what are you turned on about? What are you a fucking yes to? What are you a no to? uh, what is it that you want? And then that this is all hard questions, and connecting with that, while grounded on the earth, then it starts creating these different possibilities. Okay, how do you take ownership of your feelings? So, and then when you are feeling something, is it a feeling or is it an emotion? Because they're two very different things, and you do different things with them. You don't use your emotions, which are about the past or about something that is not here and now, to navigate the here and now. So then you're using a pattern of something that happened in the past, or something that is happening in the future, to navigate the here and now. And that uh, and that creates just patterns. when emotions are actually for healing, for taking to space for healing, and feelings are about the here and now. What do you feel angry about? Those cars are passing behind me. They're so loud, and I don't know if they're making um, sound, if they're allowing my sound to come through. Um, I feel scared that this video is already at 15 minutes, and I want to keep it short. I wanted this to be a short and sweet video. So these are feelings about the here and now, and when you feel them, they don't last any more than 3 minutes. You feel them, they bring information and the energy for you to create a thing, and then it passes, it moves on to the next thing. So these are some basic foundations. I'm like talking about the nutrients and the context that is in this soil that will allow these ideas that we all have of circus, of traveling nomadically with music around the world, with bringing theater and life and martial arts and protecting the land and singing and being a force of evolution in this life, and bringing in this juiciness that that in deep inside you, I know that you know that there is something else that is possible. You know that you've tasted this potential of the human being and their capacity to love. Inside of you, there is an intuition that you know that we're barely touching in on our potential as human beings in collaboration together. So these are some of the foundations. I wrote a list of other things that are needed for that are part of these nutrients of the village or of the soil that will allow this village and these seeds to emerge. And if you want them, I'm gonna put them in the comments. And yeah, this is an invitation for you to be in that question about how do you create a village. What is your pain about not having the village, and what is the part where you are telling yourself that there is already a village when there is not a village. It is like you're trying to skip the step of creating the village. You're going from assumptions, from we are all one, or we are all love and light, we are all one, we're all the same. These kind of ideas and memes, they create this context that seems like it has the nutrients, and it might be like the beginning of the nutrients, but it's more like muddy water. It doesn't have substance. It has substances that, like radical substances from each individual, that have the potential to come together, but they haven't learned how to work together. It's too radical, and it doesn't have the developed organisms to work out the nutrients that are being brought. So then this party over here, they're bringing some idea about God, or about money, and then this other here, they have a different idea about bartering, and there is no God, and even though we're all one, but then there is the conflicting stuff, and then there is war of context, and then collapse. The soil becomes rotten, or dry. The resources dry out, or there is a chemistry that happens that doesn't make it viable for the seeds oh, to come out. So what is your piece in the creation of this village? That's it for right now. I'm gonna leave it at that, 90 minutes. Thank you for listening, and I love to hear what this brings up for you. Bye for now.